Press the like button and subscribe to this channel that you don't miss any of my picks. Thanks for your support, buddy. First game has been yesterday and we have a new leader. Athletic Bilbao won at Fenerbahce Istanbul with 2-0. Two goals by Williams and Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce lost. First game on Thursday between Ludo Gerets and AZ Alkmaar from Holland, and the Dutch team is slightly favorite, but the home team also might have chances here. In the first 5 games they were not able to win a single one and only scored 1 goal, worst amount together with Dynamo Kiev. Alkmaar at least scored 7, but surprisingly none of them at home. That's why Alkmaar is not a huge favorite, but they still should be better than Ludo Gerets. In games like this, where the home team is the underdog but not much and the highest odds are on the draw, I prefer the highest odds because you get the most value out of it if you have the highest odds on outcome, which is also the highest probability. That's called value. Malmö hosting Galatasaray, and the second Turkish team in the Europa League is doing really good and way better than Fenerbahce. Because they are unbeaten in this competition after 5 games, single losses, 11 points. And what about a Swedish team? You find them on spot 30 with 1 victory out of 5 games and 4 losses. No goal at home and a huge defeat in the last game at Hungary Ferencváros, and pre-last game at Turkish Besiktas Istanbul 2-1, which was close but still a loss. No surprise that Galatasaray is the favorite here. I think these odds are really good, and all of you who are Turkish fans might not hesitate to bet on this, as 80% of the people think Galatasaray should win this game. The only reason why I don't bet on it is just because it's very cold in Malmö in the north, and I don't think that the Galatasaray players are used to it. Greece leader Olympiacos hosting Dutch 5th Twente Enschede. We are not surprised that the home team is the big favorite here. Only 1 loss for Olympiacos and a good defense with only 3 conceded goals. On the other side, Twente is still waiting for a victory. But the good side is that they had 2 draws in their 2 away games. Which is also more impressive if you see that they had to play at Nice in France and Manchester United in Old Trafford. Both good teams were not able to beat Twente at home. In such a situation, I don't like favorite odds below 2 on Olympiacos because it's always too dangerous and it's not worth the risk in occasions where some team which is hard to beat might surprise again. And if not, you just win once, and in the long run you might end up with a losing record doing things like that. PAOK Saloniki, the 3rd in the Greece League, versus Ferencváros Budapest, the 2nd in the Hungarian League. And I don't get these odds because why is PAOK favorite here with 1.9? I don't think that's correct. As we see in the standings, Ferencváros had not only 3 winnings, all 3 winnings were in a row, as we've seen the 4-1 against Malmö on the last match day. On the other hand, PAOK has only managed to win 1 out of 5 games in this Europa League season so far. So do you want to risk a lot of money to win even money against for a team which only wins 20% of their games? I think this are really bad odds. That's why we find value on Ferencváros, which I said has a run and is number 11 in this standings here. And we can bet on them with Asian Handicap plus 0.5, which equals double chance, or we go on draw no bet, which is 2.75. I really like it, but not too much. People think that the home team might lose this. But the majority is not always right, so it would be too easy just to follow the majority and also end up with losing money. So let's head over to Roma versus Braga. The home team from Italy is only 11th in the Italian league at the moment and was able to win their last game against Lecce after not winning 4 games in a row and also losing these 4 games. But in the Europe competition they are unbeaten for 3 games now and only had the loss against Elfsborg, which was very surprising. And on the other hand, also Sporting Braga is unbeaten in their last 2 games. So I don't think it's easy going for Roma here. That's why it's easy not to bet on 1.7. I also don't want to speculate here, as I think the home team should win this game, but I think there's more value on the Braga side, and it's likely that they could manage to get a point, but honestly I won't put money on this game. This is really interesting. Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgique against Nice from the other French country, France. And the first team is the huge favorite here because of the results so far in this competition, as at least the Belgian team was able to win 1 game while Nice is still without 1 victory after 5 games. Anyway, they are number 6 in the French league and Union Saint-Gilloise is only number 7 in the Belgium league. Who is the Belgium league? If we compare their last results, we see both were able to beat some interesting clubs like RC Genk and Ghent and Antwerp, also pointing against Roma, which might end up as a streak, which is the reason why the Belgian team is the favorite. Not too good results from the French team, but as you can see, pre-last game beating Champions League surprising team Brest with 1-0 at Brest. So why shouldn't they be able to do the same with a Belgian team? They don't have to travel too far, and I think it's reasonable that the home team is not the favorite here. Also, we have the chance on betting on a direct X, but I would say Nice odds are really tempting with 4.0 and I go for that. German team Hoffenheim versus Bucharest from Romania. Hoffenheim is the big favorite in this game, but you know maybe that Hoffenheim is not only struggling in the Europe competition. Also in the Bundesliga they had 3 games without a win recently against Mainz, Wolfsburg and Freiburg. Not the hugest team in Germany, and Hoffenheim has now a new coach. First one against Leipzig, but since then 4 games without a win. So I don't see that this Hoffenheim team is a favorite in this game, no matter who's the opponent. And still, Bucharest is not that bad, only losing a single game so far in 5 games in the Europe competition. Way better than Hoffenheim, which only has 1 victory there. A lot of reasons not to bet on Hoffenheim. If we want to bet on the Romanian team, depends on our risk, fun of risk and how you are able to manage your bankroll. I would say 1/4 of a unit on these high odds that Hoffenheim is not winning this game is okay, but not too optimistic for that. I think a lot can happen in this game, and there is a reason that Hoffenheim is the huge favorite in the bookmakers' odds. Do we see a surprise between Czech team Viktoria Pilsen and Manchester United, as Man U is the huge favorite here? Very unlikely, 81% going for Manchester United. Me also, with their new coach Ruben Amorim. Not the best results so far, but I think they will getting better step by step again, and first step maybe is a victory in the Europe competition against Pilsen. Both have 9 points and both haven't lost a game so far, so might maybe speak for a draw. Also, the danger is there, as always traveling through Europe to a small team where you have bad surroundings, bad weather, bad pitch, and yeah, a lot of travel to do. So I think it's not wise to bet on Manchester United with odds of 1.6. On the other hand, I won't bet on the other side as well. But maybe in this game, Ajax Amsterdam versus Lazio Rome, we have the favorite home team against the second in the standings, and Lazio can overtake Bilbao with another victory. They are unbeaten in 5 games, but also Ajax only has 1 loss, and you can see they both have good defenses, only conceded 2 or 3 goals, and both had a lot of goals in their game. So we might expect goals here as well, but that's nothing I want to bet on. But as you can see, that Ajax was not able to win a lot of their recent games. Only 1 out of their last 4 games was a victory against NEC Breda, which is a lower level team of the Dutch league. And then we have Lazio Roma beating Napoli, and Napoli twice in their last both games, which is one of the best teams in Italy at the moment. Lazio itself is number 5. But Napoli was leader in the Serie A, and they have the best defense with only 10 conceded goals. And they got 3 in the Coppa Italia against Lazio. That said, there is no favorite with Ajax in this game, even on the other side. That makes more sense. So we have 2 options in situations like that: betting on a draw with 1/3 of a unit, or betting on draw no bet on the underdog with odds of 2.0. What do you prefer? I regularly bet on draw no bet with odds around 2. So this is a bet I admire, and in the end you have to only win not even half of your bets with bets where you can't lose when there's a draw, as you get the money back. And that is how sports betting is a winning game, and not winning a lot of bets. You have to know how much bets you have to win according to your average odds, and my average odds are above 2, so I don't have to win every game, and I don't have to predict every game right, because I know my stats, and so you should know your stats too. So track your stats at an online service, and after 1,000 or 10,000 picks, you might know what you're doing good and what you're doing bad, and what you should do better and what you should not do again. Interesting also that Besiktas Istanbul is the huge underdog against the Norway team Bodo Glimt. Both are in the middle of the standings in the Europe League, but as we've seen recently, Besiktas is not that bad, as they were able to beat Mourinho's Fenerbahce in their last game at home. Also a win in their last Europe League game, or pre-last game, against Malmö at home, and against Lyon at the France team. So I don't see that they are not equal to Glimt in this situation. Sure, a nice win at Braga and at home against the second Portuguese team Porto, but still Besiktas is no Portuguese team, and that's why I think they are at least able to get a 0-0 and a point there. But I also understand everybody who wants to bet directly on Besiktas, as the odds are really attractive and we only have to risk 1/5 of a unit and win 1 unit, and that is like a free bet in my eyes. Not because it's damn sure to win that, but it's almost nothing to lose and to win a lot if it's right. Like with a free bet, you shouldn't bet on low odds and go for safe bets, as you end up losing a bit money and you waste the money in the next time. But if you are able to win a big odd, you can invest better in the future with your winnings. That's why I never will bet on little favorite odds on teams, no matter who's playing, and go directly on the higher odds, as we only have to win every 10th bet on odds like these. And I think, why not? I don't care about it. And as you can see, Midtjylland didn't do so bad so far, and Porto was not unbeatable. And that's why these odds are completely without value. In this game between Elfsborg from Sweden and Karabakh from Azerbaijan, we can roll the dice as the odds are equal, and I go blindly for a draw because I don't care on this game. Same here, Tel Aviv against RFS, where I don't even know what this is. I think that's Riga from Latvia, but I really don't care. And if I don't care, I don't bet. But same situation, I never will bet on low favorite odds on a team which is no real favorite and was only able to win 20% of its games so far. Sure thing, low scoring game, under 1.5 goals maybe, and a draw with odds of 4.2 make the most sense for me. Yeah, Lyon versus Frankfurt. The German team is really doing great in the German league and in the international games. Unbeaten in 5 games so far, and Lyon is slightly worse because they only lost once, and we've seen that. This was against Besiktas at home. And now they are facing an even better team than Besiktas with Frankfurt. But also Frankfurt had some trouble recently with not winning their last 2 games and losing in the cup at Leipzig with 3-0, not able to beat a middle-class team like Augsburg at home. Not the best reasons to bet on Frankfurt, but also not a lot reasons to bet on Lyon. Yeah, maybe 6 games in a row without a loss, and their last loss was, as we've said, against Besiktas. So seems like a draw as well. But I don't see that Lyon is the favorite here, and why should we bet on low odds on a team which is not the favorite? We can bet on the other side, or we can take just the highest probability with the highest odds and have value again. Sometimes it's not complicated, and we have an English derby between the Scottish team and the English team from Tottenham, and for sure the Premier League team is the favorite here. But also the Rangers are doing quite good in this season, beating surprisingly Nice at their away game and not losing their last 3 games there. While Tottenham lost their last 2 games and were not able to win 1 out of their 4 games, and so not the best situation for Tottenham at the moment. And do you want to bet on a team like this as a favorite? I don't want to. I also don't want to bet on Rangers. Next game where we find high odds, you almost get double as much money for a draw, which is also likely, instead of a Tottenham win. Mathematically, it's the correct thing to bet on a draw. And I know that, Tottenham as a favorite should win this game, as 72 people think that. But if they don't, then you're fucked up. And if they do not, and we have a draw here, we only have to risk 1/3 or even only 1/4 of a unit. So gamble with a little money on good odds brings more in the long run than hoping that favorites are not struggling. And as I can tell you from my experience of 6 years as a professional sports bettor, the weeks before Christmas are also very critical for favorites, as the underdogs have to make things good to not be the losers at the Christmas family fest. And that's why I think we're better off to bet on a lot of underdogs, not only now in the Europa League, also in the other leagues. And be aware of that and think about me if we see a lot of underdog wins. Same here, Sociedad, useless odds of 1.4 against Dynamo Kiev. Sure, the other thing is that Kiev is the worst team in this competition. That's why a bet on Kiev might not seem the most intelligent thing, and I don't want to place bets on really underperforming teams like them. Also, on the other hand, no value on a Sociedad win with 1.4. And why the hell should Slavia Prague be the favorite, and that high favorite against Anderlecht, which hasn't lost one of their 5 games so far? Additional to that, Slavia only has 1 victory in this competition. So again, very easy decision not betting on a bad favorite. On the other hand, there again are reasons not betting on Anderlecht. Maybe there are really bad playing away, maybe they have some injuries, maybe, I don't care about maybes, I only care about odds, and these odds are brilliant. I don't care if I lose bets like this. I even don't care if I lose and win any of these bets, because I don't look at the results, because I have thousands of bets each year. I have 10,000 bets a year, so I don't have the time or the energy to look at the results and put any emotion in that. It's just a statistical game, and at the end of the month I'm only interested in my bankroll. And this is a thing I would recommend everyone, that you don't put a lot of emotions in it. Only bet 1% of your total bankroll on each bet, not over betting a bet where you think that this is a good bet. Don't underbet, just 1% and you're fine, and you can compare your results in the long run. And also here, what shall we do? We can just go for a draw, and we do nothing wrong putting 1/4 of a unit against a bad favorite. That's it, a lot of interesting games. I'm looking forward to it. Write your best picks down below in the comments, and maybe if you like summarize in the next videos, just give the video a like, and if there are enough likes, I would think about it to sum it up in the end. So, but understand that I want you just to watch the whole video and not only skip to the end of the video. That's why I'm not doing it for now. But thanks for watching anyway. Do you want all my betting tips for free in my VIP Telegram group? Then you'll find the link in the video description.